Oh, hey guys, how are you? So, okay, I thought I would do a quick video on how to record World of Warcraft or other games, and thought I would give you a few tips for getting a better quality recording, because I've kind of struggled with this a little bit in the past. So, the first thing that makes a really big difference to get a better quality recording is, even though I have a very large screen, I've set my resolution to 1920 by 1080p, or 1080 basically. So this is the whole resolution of the screen, and I would typically have this a lot bigger, but this slightly smaller resolution seems to be a lot better for recording. I'm also recording at 60 frames per second, so that seems to work pretty good. This is OBS, which is what I typically record footage in, and if I go to video, for example, you can see that's my resolution. We go to output. I'm actually using embark or H.264 for the video encoder, and basically I think that utilizes my graphics card, which I find is a lot better personally. I've got an NVIDIA graphics card. I'm sure it works with the other brand, but yeah, personally I feel this is sort of like the best option, and it does make a big difference over the sort of CPU recording, which it does by default, I believe. Okay, let's look at some of the settings in Warcraft themselves. We go to menu and system. As you guys can see, we've got the smaller resolution here, same as the screen. We just scroll down. I've got vertical sync enabled. So, okay, I've got max FPS set to 100 and background also set to 100 FPS. If I didn't have these enabled, my frames per second would shoot up to about 300, and that would drain a lot of my CPU basically. So setting them to 100 gives the CPU like a lot of extra breathing space to help with recording. Also got target FPS enabled, which also seems to benefit recording as well. And it does help that I've got fairly nice hardware, but even if you don't, I think you should still be pretty good, because recording doesn't actually take that much energy, I don't believe. It's more about keeping up with a lot of the complicated stuff going on in the game. So the combat system, for example, takes quite a lot of processor power. So if you're kind of killing a bunch of mobs, or if you're in a raid, you can get lag spikes if you're not careful. I also wanted to show you guys a few tools which I've been using. So, okay, let's say I've hypothetically recorded a video. This one I'm just uploading was about Violet Hold. So I kind of put in the title which I might use, DK Storms, Violet Hold, Daily HC++, and this is in ChatGPT. I've also said write description, title, and 25 hashtags, and I've given it a bit of extra direction, some crazy stuff to add in, something about rabbits, something about Bluey for some reason, dogs. I've also said include puns and jokes, and it's kind of given me this, which is pretty cool. So I'm not going to use all the title, I'm just using a bit of it. The description I'm going to use all of, and I'm also going to just copy the hashtags over to my video, which we can have a look at if you want. Okay, so this is the video which I did earlier and I'm uploading. I've got a cool like picture for it. So what I did with the hashtags is I've stuck them in the description, but you can basically copy the hashtags. You can then open up Notepad by typing in note to get Notepad up, stick your hashtags in, and then you're going to find replace, and we're going to replace hashtags with commas. Cool. You can then stick your hashtags in the hashtag box. Now I should point out that YouTube have said the tags are only really useful if your video has an alternate name, basically, so it doesn't pay too much attention to the tags, but I think they're still kind of useful to have. But again, entirely up to you guys. It just kind of gives a bit more information to YouTube about the video and the topics and stuff. I've also got an add-on called TubeBuddy installed, which is quite good, which will give me extra recommendations. And I guess that's it. Category Gaming, World of Warcraft Classic. Let's move on to the Bing image generator, because it's really cool. So, okay, I've got my title, description, and all this stuff. If I just copy the description, I can go to Bing image generator, just Bing image creator, whatever, Google it, and you need to sign up for an account for it. But yeah, you can stick a description of nearly anything in here, and it will generate images for you. Once I've got the image, I just go to Canva, and I'll stick the image in the background. You can add some text. You can upload a logo with a transparent background, for example, and you're pretty much sorted. Again, this is just my method. You can obviously use your method, whatever that happens to be. And I think this is what it's produced. So again, it's picking up a lot of the text, the violet hold and stuff. This was just copied from ChatGPT's description. So I reference rabbits and stuff in here, magic, violet hold, all kinds of cool things. So yeah, it's kind of gone with really fun cartoon rabbits and sort of a really cool mythical background. Look at that, it's a cool spidery thing in the background. Again, the machine's just made these, and I think they're just cool, you know? This one I really like. Look at all this little stuff. Is always this magic little rabbit clothes and stuff. And they're all kind of in the Warcraft style, if you notice, guys, because I've also referenced Warcraft, World of Azeroth, and various things in here. So yeah, that's really cool. Look, the master rabbit sending out his apprentice, maybe. So yeah, grab the image, copy it, stick it in here, for example. Then you just save this, upload it to YouTube. Just go through the regular YouTube process of uploading a video, setting it all up. Doesn't take that long, to be honest. And I guess that's pretty much it. The other thing I've noticed is I had this issue a long time ago. If you are using Windows 10, there's such a thing called game mode. So I'm just going to click this. And at the moment, I've got game mode off. But you can have a play with turning it on or off, basically. And I think it changes how resources are allocated to the game. Personally, I find it better with it off. But that's just one more thing to explore. If it's on, I think it'll put more resources into the game and it might damage the recording. I don't know. The biggest thing you can probably do to improve your recording is just to record at a lower resolution. And that kind of goes for streaming too, because if you're trying to stream or record at 4K, it does actually work, but you're going to get lag spikes in the stream. It's not going to look very good. It's going to be annoying to people. So yeah, this is my interface as well. I probably need to do something about my sound because it is a bit weird at the moment. But yeah, one of the things I use is if I go to filters, I recently set up the compressor. So when I speak into the microphone, it lowers the volume of everything else, basically, of the desktop sound. So you can actually have your game a bit louder and it will just duck the sound. But actually, I kind of found that I needed to turn up the threshold. Anyway, don't worry about this too much, guys. Basically, I would definitely have a limiter because you don't want to put too much noise out there. Or whatever. Anyway, guys, I will end the video there, but I hope you found that useful. If you guys have any questions about recording a particular game, let me know. Last thing I should cover is there are different types of windows that you can record. So in OBS, you can record a window, which is just literally the window. Media source is like a video. You've got game capture, which you can set up which game you want to capture. And you've got display capture. So at the moment I'm using display capture, so it captures everything on the screen. I would highly recommend you use game capture ordinarily because it seems to be the best. At the moment I've shut World of Warcraft, but yeah, if you can use game capture, definitely use that. And the advantage is you can use the rest of the computer and your game will still be captured. It won't capture the other screens, so there's less interruption and things. Yeah, again, if you guys have any questions or anything, just let me know, and thank you very much for watching, and I'll speak to you soon.